was one of the wildest things someone has slid in your DM and said?
Ooh, you've been married long enough. It's time for other people to enjoy. Yeah.
Boss.
And how did you feel when you received that message?
I laughed.
You loved that. Oh.
No, it was hilarious because I was like, how would you
That's so
like even try and have small? Women don't have lyrics,
But that one bad.
It was. I was like, you could have come, crazy. Let me smile. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Women only have lyrics when it's time to disrespect another woman. I'm sure if you were single, she wouldn't know what to say to you.
Hey, we made it out the group chat.
We made it out the group chat. We started a podcast. Hello, Cupids. Welcome to The Perfect Pair, the podcast where dating gets dissected, standards get checked, and real connections get made. My name is Falake.
And I'm Dami, and we read real entries, debate compatibility, and try to match people who are brave enough to put themselves out there. So let's get into it!
Love
The
boys and girls. Dami came to my place. Remember when you
Yeah.
stayed at mine, and then like I was in a hotel. She was in my hotel, and she was working from home. She worked from home all day, and she was like, "We've got an event." So I dressed up, and we went for the event. The event now wasn't really the vibe that we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Dami, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go home, okay?" And she was like, "I'm not coming with you."
Did you go somewhere else?
And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, Dami,
What time was
you
this?
know your stuff.
It was only like-
it was like 9.
Yeah.
It was like 9 or 10. Yeah. I was being a
When
Debbie
it's
Downer.
6 a.m.
But she was like, I was like,
Please.
your stuff's at mine. She was like, yeah, I'll see you. I just, keep your phone close. Dami came home at 4 a.m.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because there was no plans. She came home at 4 a.m. and she was like, guess what? I booked Chelsea for a podcast at Zaza.
Yes, because I went to the club and I ran into her in the toilet.
Yeah.
And I said, hey girl.
Yeah, literally.
Chelsea
Chelsea Lascani from Telling Sunset,
Yeah.
the Netflix star. Yeah.
Really?
We had
In
her.
Nigeria?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody
Cornered
and their
her
mama
in
was
the
in Lagos in
Zaza
December.
in the Zaza toilets and
I
was
was
like,
here.
Oh, yeah, you were walking now. You were deep in character. Yeah. So it's okay. Us, we were doing enjoyment.
full on enjoyment.
I've never worked as hard my entire life.
But that's good
My
though.
entire life.
Was Macbeth all throughout December?
Yes.
How many shows did you do?
We had no. So we were rehearsing from December.
Right.
So I was here for rehearsals,
Okay.
and we started in February, and we
Damn.
had 1 week in Sheffield and 1 week in Coventry, and it was about 6 days,
Oh,
one
damn.
show per day on the first 3 days,
This
and
was
then
a
2
regional
shows.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was an experiment. They were experimenting with, I guess, new stories.
Yeah.
So they decided, somebody pitched to them to do Macbeth and set it up in like 19th century or your empire.
Love it.
But it was called Crown of Blood. Yeah.
Right.
Crown of Blood. Yeah.
With Kende Bankole.
Bankole.
That lady, yeah.
No,
It was-
she's
I saw you two together. Fire. Fire.
I wish I could show you the pictures. I just showed you the pictures.
Yeah. I saw the
sent
picture. I
you.
said, no, I'm really I'm so upset that I wasn't there. And that needs to come back because
I don't
that
know.
is a beautiful story, to mix that both
Yeah.
cultures.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense, and I think I will definitely start seeing more of that going on because I
Yeah.
can see a Nigerian Othello. I can see an
Yes.
African Romeo and Juliet
Yes.
about tribalistic
Yes.
wars.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Like we can
yes.
actually
Yes.
go far with this. It's such a good
Yes.
idea.
Yes.
But also, we have our own original stories as well that are still widely untold. I need to see more historic Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, whatever it may be, storylines, original storylines that we haven't. I'm sure we have so many folklore
Yes, we do.
stories that we
Definitely
just,
do.
we haven't
and
seen
to
on
be
the
fair,
screen.
to be fair, especially with the Yoruba historical figures,
Yeah.
we're seeing some of them being picked up. We've seen there's Lisa B, with what's his name now, Latif Adedimeji. He also did something called Ikiti Park, or Femi Adebayo did some other really great Yoruba epics. So it's all coming. Some people have also done, Hausa epics, for example. Amina,
That's so cool.
Yes.
warrior queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
And
amazing.
We
there's
were
some-
just
there-
talking
there's-
about not knowing enough about Hausa culture.
Yeah.
As Nigerians, as Lagosians, people in the West. Is that the West?
Yeah.
Exactly.
She said, "Where are we?"
We don't know enough about the North.
Yeah.
I'm just Abuja. So it would be nice to know a bit more through media, at least. 'Cause
Yes.
that's
Yes, it
really
would be.
where.
Like, I feel like even like with Kano, it has such rich history.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to know. I
I've
want to
never
see.
been to Kano.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I think it's really. I've been to Kaduna.
Yeah, same.
I
And
worked
I've been to
in
Kogi.
Kaduna for 6 months one time.
Oh wow, how was
Yeah.
that?
I worked in a refinery.
Refinery.
I was a chemical engineering.
Oh, okay, history
student
lesson.
doing my-
Oh,
Doing my IT in
is
Kaduna.
that's what you were doing before venturing
Acting.
into acting?
Okay, so I started off, studying engineering while I was on campus. I was selling. My mom ran a bakery, so I used to sell her bread and cake on campus.
Ah,
So I started. That's
Awesome.
my venture into
Love it.
business. They're
Yeah.
making some money from there.
Yeah.
But also on campus, I walked one day into something happening. I walked into a Christian fellowship,
Mm,
and I signed up and I joined the drama department.
mm.
And
and you're like, oh, I'm actually good at this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
yeah.
this is kind of fun.
So
Yeah.
did those worlds ever merge? Because us now, we've got day jobs and we also do like the podcasting and
Yeah.
everything. Like, were you ever an engineer actor at the same time? And when did you ever decide like, okay, I'm going to stop doing this
Yeah.
and completely fully go into
this, yeah.
acting?
So right now, I am a creative entrepreneur engineering his career.
That was good.
That
That's
was
a
good.
mouthful. Let me try and say it. A creative entrepreneur engineering his career.
Yes.
Mm.
There we
Yeah,
go.
so
That's
that's-
fire. I
Yeah.
love it.
No, that's a good like little segue
To
into,
your
like-
intro.
Yeah, literally, because we haven't even introduced you yet, but everybody, if you don't know, get to know. We've got Deyemi in the building.
In the building.
He is an actor. Oof. Not just any actor. One of Lagos' finest. Nigeria's finest. He's even a hot symbol. I'm not gonna use the other word.
What?
Sex symbol.
Oh, wow.
Put it out there. He's
Yes.
out there showing us topless photos. Let's not
Ah.
act like he doesn't
Even
know.
them slow motion walks coming out of the pool. We saw it. We saw it. We saw it.
How do you like being called a sex symbol?
I like that people identify with something that I do,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
love that.
Some people think I make funny.
Oh my God.
He
Some
loves
people,
it.
you've seen my interaction with this fast rising young actor,
Mm.
Kunle Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Love Kunle.
yeah, he's an aspiring actor trying to make ends meet in Lagos. He's a close friend of mine. So sometimes I bounce with him, and people seem to think I'm funny because of that.
Yeah.
Kunle Remy, by the way, is
He's another sex symbol.
he's going to watch this. He's going to watch this interview
Hey,
and
Kunle.
come for me. I'm sorry I called you aspiring. Yeah,
No,
okay.
but hey,
You're,
there.
you're trying.
You're dragging your boy.
He's aspiring. I beg.
No, like he's amazing as well. Like
Yeah,
you've
he is.
actually got a really cute, like really cool, like core friends, and you guys all do the slow motion walk together.
Ah.
Just pulling the agbada together. You be wearing the suit together,
We love
holding
it.
the what was it the
the
cognac glass.
the funniest thing is I'm such a solo type person.
yeah.
That it's times when we're hanging out that
Yeah.
we get those kinds of videos and pictures out.
Yeah.
Usually you just find me sitting at my house quietly just trying to prepare for the next role that I'm
Yeah.
playing.
Fine. Yeah, I know, and I feel like the same with me. People think because they're on my story and they see me out or doing stuff, they think I'm out all the time. I promise you, I'm boring. When people get into my life,
She's
they're
out all the
like,
time.
no,
Oh, she's actually.
I'm not. But people
That's
that
me.
people that follow me think I am.
Oh really?
Because
Yeah.
when I do go out, I will make content of it. I will make the most boring event look like it's popping. I'm very good at the content. I will make a whole vlog about an event that was dead.
Yeah.
And I'll make it look so popping.
Oh wow, okay.
But they don't know that most of the time I'm actually just at home watching reality TV.
That's
and
nice.
working.
I love the
Yeah.
quiet life.
Me too.
I love it. Really
Can't
do.
relate to you both.
Yeah. Damn me outside.
I'm outside.
So
Tell
be,
me
by
what.
virtue of my
Shut up.
work, by
Yeah.
virtue of my work, I have to be outside.
You have to be outside.
Yeah.
Me too. Like I think maybe because I got really used to it. When I first moved to Lagos in 2018, I felt like nobody knew who I was. So I needed to be outside to get to know people and see people and to be like, oh, by the way, I do this. You know what I mean?
2016 to 2018. Whoo! I was on streets.
Oh.
That's why me and you don't know how we met.
Yes,
Because we
were
were
always
just
on the
outside.
streets. We were outside.
If you ask us how we know each other, we can't tell you.
I can't say which day that I met this girl.
We can't.
I don't know.
But
we
it
just,
was one
we
of those
just met
days.
and we go together. That's it.
It was one of those. It was between that 2016 to 2018 or 2019, I think.
2019.
Was it 2019?
2016, 2019.
I know those were my outside
2016,
years.
2017, I was just coming to Lagos. I hadn't moved yet. But 2018, I moved.
Yeah.
And then that was just it. I was going outside so much because I was telling my kids, I literally was like, I'm a stylist. Because obviously my clientele was people in the entertainment industry.
True.
So where do you meet them?
That's literally the first conversation we ever had.
Yeah.
I met you, and next thing you're like, oh, I'm a stylist. I'm like,
Thank you. I saw my markets well.
Yeah,
I
love
mean,
it, love
Exactly.
it.
literally met him on a set and I was like, hey, I'm a stylist.
That's
And
how
we've been cool
that's
ever
how it
since.
goes.
And we've been cool ever
Yeah.
since.
It's called networking.
Yes.
It's called networking.
So you have to
But
be
we were
outside.
talking about your chemistry with your on-screen partner on Macbeth, and I just wanted to know, like, this is something I've always wondered when it comes to actors. How do you not fall in love in real life?
Yeah. How do you pray about just now?
No, how do you actually not fall in love with the people that you are, your on-screen partners?
So can I
so
share
real.
a secret?
Yeah.
You fall in love.
We do.
Oh.
I knew it. Yeah, you do.
Tell
you
us
have
more.
to.
So depending on the ideology of performance that you follow, and by that I'm really just speaking English. I'm trying to say, depending on the level of acting that you're ready to come with, on some level you can pretend and get away with it.
Yeah.
And for people like me, we don't pretend.
Mm.
You really go for it.
Everything goes into it.
Yeah.
The safety net is that whatever it is that you create, and remember it's a creation, that you create for the camera, cannot be as strong as what you have in your real life.
Okay.
So you have an anchor on
Yeah.
the outside that is far stronger than whatever it is that you can create.
Okay.
Right,
So it's
right.
like
On the inside.
compartmentalizing
Yes.
real
Yeah.
life and setback.
And so it's a temporary emotion displayed realistically for the camera to capture, and you get paid
Okay.
and
Yeah.
go home.
It's
your
like,
real
make sure you
life.
go home.
Yeah.
Question so I was watching an interview on Viola Davis, and she talks about how she brings her character to life, right? And she says she writes an entire like little novel about the person. So she creates an entire
Writing is
life of
legendary.
person.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, what is your process like when you want to, I guess, get engaged with this? Knowing you have, especially when you have a character, another character that's a romantic partner or whatever that is in there. Do you do that as well? Like, what's your type of process when it comes to this? And also, how do you come out of it once it's done as well? Do you have like a routine or a process that you do?
So let me start with the second question first. How to exorcise the character that you allowed into your being, because you have created a new soul with a history, with feelings, with the memories,
Yeah.
and you've allowed that to inhabit your person.
Yeah.
Actually.
You have to exercise that
100%.
out of your system.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that was really challenging for me was the character I played in Blood Sisters. If you remember Blood Sisters,
Yes.
that very violent guy who hit women, and I'm a Yoruba man raised. Well, I don't know.
To be a gentleman.
Yeah.
I assume because I remember that there are lots of
Yoruba
silly,
demons.
there are a lot of silly men outside there. So let me now not paint a rosy picture.
Yeah.
But truth be
Yoruba
told,
demons, they come across very rosy, so I know what you mean.
no, well,
Yes.
I'm a Yoruba man.
Yes.
I was raised to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
And then here I am faced with a character that has to hit a woman and make it believable. It has to be real.
Yeah.
And so I did go there. I went there and
What made like that, especially that, like what was the thing that you needed to do to even go there?
I
in the
needed
first
to
place?
agree that it was okay to hit women.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah. I needed to agree with that character that it was okay. That those characters, they believe it's okay.
Yeah.
We are the ones who judge them. They believe they're doing the right thing. And those are the kind of thoughts that you don't want to carry outside of a film set with you. And it was a Netflix production. There was budget behind it. Netflix provided therapy, for after the show.
Good welfare.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
That's good.
And for other parts that I play, I do have a process. Sometimes not go home over a period of time just to detox. And but the most important thing is that I've built my life in such a way that my anchor points are at home.
Yeah.
When I get into that environment, I'm reminded of who I am, and essentially
They keep you grounded.
keep me grounded, yes.
Yeah, Lucius Lyon quit acting basically because the characters he was playing. Remember
No, you
when-
calling him Lucius Lyon, Terrence
Sorry,
Howard.
Terrence Howard. See, that's why he quit.
Because you knew him
He
as
said
Lucius.
Lucius Lyon never had a good day. Never had one good day for how many seasons? Every day,
Yeah.
and it really affected his personal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've heard child actors say that they do paranormal roles, and they would go home and feel possessed.
No.
You know, that kind of thing, like they're carrying that role home.
I
with
understand
them.
that.
Have you ever
That's heavy.
felt that? Yeah, it can get heavy, and I love
Yeah.
that. You know, major broadcasters like Netflix and all that,
Yeah.
they have welfare.
Yeah, there
And
is.
they talk you through it. But then I'm sure these Nollywood YouTube videos aren't doing that.
So you're expected, and it's not right, but it's the environment that we're in and the industry that we're in.
Yeah.
You're expected to take care of yourself.
Right.
Mm.
See, I
I
work
just
in
think-
TV and no one's expected to take care of themselves. So I do unscripted reality
Wh-
shows
Which TV in which
in
country?
the UK. Nobody's expected to take care of themselves.
Exactly.
The channel has a
In
duty of
the
care.
UK.
Always.
He said emphasis on you. Okay.
Yeah, but you have obviously the emotional intelligence and the understanding that you're just a vessel on
Right.
set, right?
Yeah.
What about those people that are taking it home? Have you ever, like, you would have friends with actors and
Yeah.
stuff. Imagine
Yeah.
someone plays that role and then goes home and starts beating their wife.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
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 Have you ever seen that happen?
Not beat wise, but people
Take their character home.
Take
with
their
them.
take their character home, and the character lingers for sometimes months on end.
Mm.
Yeah, it's that serious.
I think it's going to be fun because we're going to open up our matchbox next.
Ah,
Yeah.
We have questions in there, basically topics that we wrote.
okay.
So one of them is either Dami wrote it or I wrote it.
Good.
If you open up the box and read out one of the cards in there, I will give us a prompt to answer.
He said, ta-da!
And do you want me to pick up one of the cards?
Yes.
Any of them.
Any of the cards in there.
Let me do this.
And if you
Okay.
struggle to read the
me
writing,
to
then that
grab
means
it.
I wrote it.
Dami wrote this one.
You can read it just fine.
How do you know I wrote that one?
The handwriting is okay. Can friends have a sexual relationship
Oh, we did this last time. I'd love to hear your opinion, though.
Yeah.
and keep it on just a friendship level?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to put this?
Yeah.
You can
Very
hand it to me.
sensitive.
Let me grab
Very
it.
sensitive.
Yeah, I'll keep it here.
Very
actually.
sensitive topic.
Yeah, it's very.
Oh wow. Theoretically, the answer is yes.
Mm.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
On
Okay.
on paper, we can look at it and say man meets woman, woman meets man, both fall in love or both sexually attracted to each other. But they have like a strong friendship. They have attributes that they both admire in each other.
Yeah. But they
But
have
they're not-
sex.
They're not ready for commitments, like heavy duty commitment.
Mhm.
But yeah, they wanna. On paper, it could work. In reality, and based on real life experiences,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite work out like that.
Well, do you think it doesn't work out because of the woman or because of the man?
I don't think it's about any particular person. I just think once emotions start, and emotions almost always find a way.
They will.
Yeah,
creeping
because
up,
humans are
almost
gonna
always.
human.
They will.
And some would argue, oh no, I've been in this relationship and it didn't, pan out that way. Were you in the relationship long enough?
Mm.
Because sometimes what you need is a bit more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you're sleeping with someone, there's emotions there from the beginning already for you to even take that step. As a woman, I know men, probably can
I was about to
compartmentalize those emotions
better,
and separate it from
better.
sex better than women
Yeah,
do.
not 100%.
But with the women, before they're even sleeping with you, they probably already fancy you in some kind of way.
Yeah.
You said something that's made them see you as a future husband one day.
Generally speaking, yes.
Yeah.
But
Generally
then
speaking,
there
but let's
are
not generalize
there
because
will
there's
be
people, there's
no,
people
no.
out there that, you know what?
It's okay
I
to
put you-
generalize as long as you're
Yeah.
you know that this is generalization.
Yeah.
But there would be a bunch of people within the grouping whatever grouping you're talking about, men
Yeah.
or women, who would act opposite.
Mhm.
You know, some men do the falling in love before they even have
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
You know, some women could be with you for a year.
And they're
And
not
not
in
fall
love
in
with
love.
you in any
Yes,
way, and
yes.
they just see you as this particular thing. Yeah.
Sex symbol, I guess.
Hey,
Your sex symbol.
No, that's true. Let's pick another one because
You go, Dami. You
I
go,
just
Dami.
should I pick another one?
Yeah, yeah,
Or should-
you
wanna
pick
be?
one.
Okay. All these questions is why
The way you're smiling there.
I avoid podcasts.
Oh, well, you heard it here first. He avoids your podcast when it came to ours.
Yeah, dummy.
What?
Is you.
Emotion. Anyways, I have another one here. Oh yes, this is this is funny because it's like, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now?
Ooh.
You know, this it comes from that Vogue article.
Having a
I think
boyfriend
it was
is
written by
embarrassing.
Shantae Joseph, and
Run it by me. What?
so she wrote a very viral Vogue article right now. Like this was like, I want to say in January, and basically it was like, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Because you know a lot of the time women are, when they post on their stories, they're on a date or they have their man and they'll completely blur his face, or you just see an arm, you just see one watch. You just see one hand on the leg. You just, but you never see the guy.
Yeah.
And basically, in theory, it's just that people are very embarrassed to show their partner because they think that, that person's going to disappoint them.
Yeah,
disappoint them
disappoint
later.
them.
Right.
Like when I saw that article, I was like, this is so relatable. Because in my experience, the second I gush about someone or a suitor, the second I go to people and say, I met this guy, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that, he's that, he will show me the next day that I was wrong.
Right.
And I will have to go back to those same people and be like, yet again, I have been bamboozled.
Especially when I feel like it gets worse. Like, I think for me, a lot of people, it's like, if I get embarrassed, at least nobody knows I was dating the person, because there's no social media evidence. There's no evidence that I even knew you. You know?
Are we joking here?
No, we're not joking. This is
joking.
real
Is
life.
real.
Is this a joke?
This is real
I'm telling you,
life.
this
The men will
article
embarrass
You know-
was
you know
translated
why-
to different languages. That's how viral it was. That it was so relatable
because
across the world.
because something was written and published doesn't make it intelligent or factual, right?
no,
Not
no,
if people,
Hold on,
not
hold
if
on.
people are relating to it.
Anybody, people relate to.
Ah,
Do you,
no,
do you
she
want me to
did-
mention
she
stuff
did
on
her
social media
research, though.
that gets views and shows, relatability? People relate to a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's fine, for there to be a perspective.
yeah.
Okay.
But I would tell you, we've seen that. And you just spoke as women, right? As ladies, right? And you spoke from your perspective. From the perspective of men, we've seen the same thing.
Yeah.
We've seen the same phenomenon. You know what we think it is?
What is it?
Women hiding their men from other women.
Yeah, but why would she have to
Ooh,
hide them from
another angle.
other women?
That's on
Another
her.
angle.
That's on her.
No, it's not on her because
No,
it's
it's
probably from experience.
No,
you
no,
get that,
from
hey
experience
girl.
of what?
The second you post your man, you get,
What
hey
about this?
girl.
What about the one where you post the man and next thing you have women sliding into his DM?
Yeah, but if he falls for the bait,
you know,
It doesn't
those-
matter.
You
It doesn't
can't
have
fall.
to.
No, why
doesn't
is
have
it
to
okay?
fall.
I feel like
Just-
you're gonna say it's okay for the man to fall
it's not
for the
okay.
bait now.
Of course not. But I'm trying to bring balance into the conversation to say, look, if I know that by moving a certain way, doing certain things is going to attract unwanted attention that could lead to whatever drama, I would avoid it all the time.
okay, but do you know what is the
Do you know what I'm
common
saying?
thread? Whether it's from your perspective or from Falaka's perspective, the common thread is lack of trust.
Yeah.
And it's like across the board. So if she believes,
If she
like,
can't
I feel like we're
trust-
saying the same thing
Yeah.
from different angles. She can't trust that her man won't go for other women
Yeah.
that move to him.
Yeah.
Or
True.
like
She
if
can't
if-
trust that women in her
Yeah.
her
space,
own women, like
yeah,
women in her own space, would also
won't go after
try and
the guy.
Yeah,
bad
and it's a
mind
matter of
and-
not even being able to vouch for someone. You
Yeah.
can't vouch for this person, so you can't openly speak about what's going on, bring them out, bring them in public. But then now, that article, I'm two ways about it because it now puts the onus on the woman to be embarrassed. Why is the woman the one that has to be embarrassed
Because
about
a man
men's
will
bad
cheat
behaviors?
with 50 different women. They'll still say it's those women that
They
went to you.
never collect the
They,
L.
they knew he was married.
The man never collects
And
the
they
L.
still
Look,
went to
stop
him.
acting like you're being ganged up against.
No,
Men
I'm not being-
never collect.
I'm-
You're clueless.
I'm
you
I'm
don't
like,
know
oh
what's
wow,
going on in the
oh
streets.
wow, is this what's going on?
You don't know
I
what's
think
happening in
agree
the
with
streets.
us for a little bit.
You agree
Just,
with us.
I know you
right
do.
now.
No,
you
so-
have, some
so
friends
you
of
heard
yours
me.
popped into your
You
head.
heard me agree with you
Yes.
and say that's one very valid perspective. The other very valid perspective, and this is one that thankfully this is something that I have discussed in the past,
Right.
right? Is the fact that
Are you talking from experience? As women like slid in your DMs all the time?
Oh no,
Can
come
you-
on.
Can you tell us one of the wildest things someone has slid in your DM and said?
ooh, you've been married long enough, it's time for other people to enjoy. Yeah.
Boss.
How did you feel when you received that message?
I laughed.
You love that. Oh.
No, it was hilarious because I was like, how would you
That's so disrespectful. I
like
would be
even
boiling
try and have smoke? Women don't have lyrics, sha.
Well, that one was bad.
It was. I was like, you could have come crazy. Let me smile and be like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Men, women
is.
only have lyrics when it's time to disrespect another woman. I'm sure if you were single, she wouldn't know what to say to you. Sorry, I'm triggered.
Oh, no.
I'm so
But
angry.
You know, so again, you're right. It's a trust thing. Who do we trust? And I think people forget that you can love instantly. You can love people. You should love people,
Yeah.
but trust is earned,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot just fall in trust.
Yeah.
You have to build trust. So if you find yourself in a place where you're having to blur a guy's picture because you don't trust a guy, then
Yeah.
you shouldn't be with the guy.
Period.
Period. That's
That's
why
why I'm like-
we're not.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't be with the guy.
That's why we're not.
Reason 1,000 and something as to why I was single.
part two of that would be, do you know or have what it takes to appeal to the right guy and for the right guy to appeal to you?
Mm.
Do you know and do you have? Yeah, so that's it. Because I don't really know anybody who truly wants to spend the rest of their lives alone.
Nobody. I don't. I know I don't.
And I'm not just talking about friendship now. I'm talking about
True
romantic,
companionship.
loving relationship, which
Yeah.
is not the fairy tales that we've been sold by the media.
Yeah.
Real love is tough.
It would be nice to have a proper supporting partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, for me, at this point in my life, and they need to be making my life better.
Yeah.
I can't be
Yeah.
anyone that's dragging it down.
And vice versa.
And
right?
vice versa. It needs to be. I need to feel like us coming together as a union is impacting both of our lives.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I'm not getting that in the dating world.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of individualism happening in the dating space right now. Nobody wants to build anymore. I love this quote. Like, everybody wants a village, but nobody wants to be a villager. And it also comes into like relationships as well. You want a loving, supporting partner that you can build with. But when it comes to, okay, let's you have to sacrifice, then I have to sacrifice. Then it starts coming, no. My own space,
Yeah.
boundaries. I need to do this, I need to do that. Boundaries are great, don't get me wrong. But I feel like people are forgetting that love is compromise. And love, a lot of the time, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes, like, you need to be the 80 and that other person needs to be 20.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Like, it's not straightforward, and it's a selfless thing. It's always death to self
Yeah.
Yes.
over and over again. And nobody wants to do that anymore. Everyone wants to just be in their own little bubble. And if you can join me in my bubble, great.
Yeah.
But we're not building a new bubble together. We can't do
I
that.
see that.
Yeah.
And
You
I
know?
think ultimately what I think people should be looking at is becoming the best version of themselves, and in finding someone who is worth making sacrifices for, along this path of life. I think if you know yourself enough, you would attract the kind of person that is meant for you. And if
Yeah,
that
but you
kind
see,
of person
that's the
meant for
most
you,
important thing.
yeah.
If you know yourself
Yeah.
enough, not enough people are taking the
I
time.
feel like a lot of
know
girls that
themselves.
not
What
be
are you
knowing each
doing?
other, they be staying in relationships. So
what
I feel like it's the girls that know each other very well that are struggling to make those
you mean
compromises.
girls that know themselves very well?
Yes.
They're struggling to make those compromises.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why, women like that will be rare and men like that will be rare. And everybody else who's not like that should find themselves and do
We'll
whatever
find
they're
our
doing.
way in Jesus' name.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen, I
Amen.
beg.
But hopefully we can find it for you guys out here. We like to matchmake people on this podcast. Send in your entries to us. Damilola, tell them the Instagram.
The Instagram is the perfect pair pod. So make sure you hit us up on the DMs.
Yeah.
Slide in our DMs. Tell us you're looking for love. We are pure. We are pure. We can't help ourselves.
But we can't help you.
That's
we
why
help
we have
ourselves in
time to
Jesus'
help
name.
you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You could send in a video, a voice, written. If you want to be anonymous, we can also just change up your whole image and voice with AI, the good old AI.
You know, we
and
can
we also
make you
have an
anonymous.
email, engage@theperfectpairshow.com. But in the meantime, I think we've got a video we want to react to.
Yeah. Before that, I want to ask real quickly, just on the topic of love and relationships and everything. Obviously, you are a very successful actor. How do you balance that busy life with your love life? How do things kind of fall by the way? Things. Sorry, my Irish accent really came out there. Do things kind of fall by the wayside?
It's life. It's life. I'm not perfect. There's no perfect situation. I tell people there's no such thing as balance. When I'm being an actor, I'm 100% an actor. When I'm being a father, I'm 100% a father. When I'm being a lover, I'm 100% a lover. I try to again compartmentalize and give 100% every time. The whole idea is now to make sure that you schedule things properly.
Yeah.
That's how I seem to make it work.
So scheduling.
Yeah.
Is the best
For me, it's scheduling.
Have a good schedule.
I go.
And
I know.
communication.
So I know at this time of the day, I'm gonna spend 30 minutes talking to my wife on the phone if I'm done in the country. At this time during the evening before the kids go to bed, I have a 1-hour conversation with them. I'm working 9 to 5 here in the UK, working 9 to 5, doing rehearsals for Crown of Blood and my personal one-man stage play coming up really soon.
Okay, tell us about it.
I love that you transitioned into theater as well. That's really amazing. It's really good, and also venturing out of Nollywood. Just coming out there. It's good. How's it been that? Moving from.
I feel like I've been on an adventure. I'm just exploring the world. I've been gifted with this talent. I want to serve humanity through it, and so I'm looking for different ways to express myself.
Yeah.
Even as a producer, don't judge me, but I have some songs out.
Oh.
They were used, as soundtracks for movies.
Oh, love that.
Oh, we gotta find that.
What, you're singing or rapping? Or?
Rapping. Yeah.
Oh.
This is don't
now you're
it's been fun. It's
you
been fun.
have to do something.
Oh no, not today. Not today.
You must.
No, people write it out from I'm an actor. People write I act as if I'm a
So
rapper.
basically, you got a ghostwriter.
I have ghostwriters. I have people because they writing for the soundtrack for a movie, and I'm on my lane, but I will give you a performance.
Okay.
Hey babe, good morning. I just wanted to let you know I'm gonna have a pretty busy day today, so I'm gonna try to call you on my lunch break, but if I can't, I'll text you. Either way, I'll see you tonight. I love you.
What's the time?
9 seconds.
9 seconds.
Don't like you.
You see,
I've seen this.
I've seen this.
Period.
Don't
Yes,
like you.
I've seen this, and I was like, yeah, that girl don't like you.
Yeah.
Whoever it is you're in a relationship with,
They don't
it's not about,
like you.
It's not about.
No, but if that intentionality that you spoke about,
You
you're
have
going to
to
take
make-
those 30 minutes to talk to your wife. You're going to take that time. If I have the busiest day, I can let you know I'm really busy today.
Oh, but don't do that. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm so engrossed in my work, and remember, I have to take care of my wife and my kids.
Right.
That's primary.
Right.
That would drive me to the ends of the earth. If I miss the timing. At some point, I shouldn't be so harshly judged for it. And you have to have that understanding with your partner.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll schedule to make sure that we're intentional about it.
Yeah.
But let's also understand that we're not perfect. It's only perfect pair that you guys are perfect.
Love it. Love it. Soundbite.
But in reality, you adjust.
Yeah.
And you make room for
Nuance.
And, for people just not.
But how do you respond? How do you respond when you haven't had the time to speak to your partner and they're upset about it? Are you going to respond with, why are you being clingy?
Or I'm busy now.
You know I'm busy now. If you respond like that, it can't work.
Have the conversation with your man. He's your man. He's your man. Now you get the man.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
You understand the
have
man.
The conversation. You look.
Don't.
You
If
told
only
me
if the man is open and able to receive what you're saying.
Exactly.
Without being defensive or egotistical on some. You know what I mean?
One, what are you doing with somebody who has shown himself not teachable?
Yeah. Exactly.
One, and you will know that from when you're talking. That talking stage, you will know.
Yes.
Two.
Which is why they never get past the talking stage.
Two.
That's why we're here.
Two is about this man that you are in relationship with. If you are open to learning, there might be some things you've learned about this person. And you can approach the person in a way that is most palatable. We're talking about love languages and stuff.
Yeah.
And how it seems as if sometimes people project their love languages on other people.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you gifts because I'm a gift giver. I give gifts.
Yeah.
But that's not your love language.
That's yours.
That's
That's
mine.
yours,
And it makes me feel
how to love
good.
the person.
Yeah.
You really need to learn your person and approach the person, as such.
100%.
Not based off of what we heard on social media.
Yeah.
So this guy is busy right now. He's on this project for 2 weeks straight. He's battling for his life and he's missed calls with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then she sees this video and she's like, yes, he don't love me.
He don't. No,
but
I don't think that's what they're talking about.
He's working towards buying a ring. That's why he's busting his ass.
I don't think that's
She'll
what
not
she's
break up with
talking
him.
I don't think.
about.
No, but you know
I think
what it
she's talking-
is.
You look. We have those gut feelings. We know when we're being pushed to the side.
Yeah.
If you genuinely could not just reach out that day, I will know.
Yeah, then he doesn't like you.
No. It's not
Exactly.
that mean. It may not mean that he doesn't like me. If
then
he
what?
couldn't reach out that day, it's like if it's a pattern.
Aha.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
it's happening all the time and you're talking about it and he's saying, I'm busy, I've got a busy lifestyle. No, there's somebody else he's reaching out to. Trust
Or
me.
No.
he's just not.
No.
I don't. Sometimes it's not even that there's somebody else. It's just whatever he's got going on. It's above you, and you are not
the biggest priority.
It's not. It's not.
Wait,
it's not a.
wait, hold on.
What?
There's a very fair chance that there could be somebody else. Very fair chance.
That's what I said.
Now you put that aside.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the chance that this person simply doesn't have the communication skills. Simply not that self-aware. Did you know that before?
Mm-hmm.
Are you finding that out now? Do you want to make a change? Do you think there's any chance that you can push this relationship or move this relationship forward with this person? If not, then, you might have to ask yourself some questions and decide.
Guys,
what
I'm
direction
low-key
you wanna go.
triggered because I have a story time.
You do?
Please go for it.
I literally dealt with something like this, like not too long ago. Like, I mean, really not too long
Tell us
ago.
about it.
Like, it was a dude that, we were vibing. Like, on paper, it makes sense. Like, the boxes were ticking. Everything was great. Like, I cannot say, oh, he didn't like me or whatever.
It's a recent December one.
This is, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Oh. Anyway, so what happened was, like, no, honestly, like, when we first talked, it was very much, we are on the same page. We want the same things. We want a relationship. We want to build. We want to do all these things. Great. But he's now he's got a lot going on. And to be fair, every time I was with him, I did see that he had a lot going on. His phone was going off all the time. It was always work. There was always people coming to look for him. He always was juggling a whole lot. I saw it. So it wasn't on some, I'm busy. Even when he's with me, I could see that he was busy. I didn't mind because me too, I'm busy. We all, like, I had my laptop, he had his laptop. We were doing, it's fine.
Yeah.
I never want to shy away from someone who's ambitious. In fact, I find it very sexy. Like, when you're ambitious and when you're going for what you want to go for and you're a hustler. Because me, I don't know how to sit down in one place either. which is great. But one thing I love and I really want is that communication. And this person, when he's not with me, it was giving like he can go like 2 days without checking in or whatever. And that is what I find. That is what I find annoying. And he was very much on some.
I want your thoughts on the 2 days
And
because
he was on some.
He was just very much on some. Yeah, like he really is busy. And I said to him very calmly, I was like, I think you don't know how to balance things in your life, and that's okay. But I can't be in it with you.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I can't be in it. And I think he was very much like, oh, like what? And I was like, I'm not going to sit by the wayside and wait for you. You clearly lack good communication skills. And that's in your personal life. That's you as an individual. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
I'm not saying lacking communication with me. I'm saying lacking communication, period.
Period.
And that is on you. And it's not up to me to come and help you fix it. Because you go sort it out
Yeah.
and let me know. In the meantime, we cool, Joe. You know? And
I hear that. I hear that.
that was it. I was like, we cool, we good. This is not gonna work because I can't build with someone who is not looking at me as priority. And like I said, for me, I'm very much if I can do all these things in my life and still find 9 seconds to be like, hey, I'm gonna be super busy today. I'm not gonna be on the phone, but just checking in. It doesn't take you anything. I beg. It really doesn't. And if you don't, and the thing about me is about consideration.
Right.
It's am I even top of mind? Do I even come to your mind for you to even think to do that? And it's very telling that I'm not coming to your mind at all,
We should also.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But do that over there, not with me.
Yeah. Hold on. Just hold that thought before you do that over there. Um, you know, some people really are just. Can I use the phrase innocently ignorant?
100%.
There's and I still get you because you're still on the but we don't do that here.
Yeah. It's just it's like I know it's not malicious. I know it's not on purpose, but that is the problem. You're stumbling into things and you're not being intentional.
Did you give?
Oh, I said all of this. I gave him
enough
room.
time,
I gave him room. I gave him time. I even said if it's a thing of you have a schedule and you have a very busy schedule, put me into the schedule. 3 p.m. on Wednesday, I'm going to talk to Dami for 10 minutes.
Okay.
You want a schedule? Put it on the schedule.
You did your part.
I did my part. And even with that, it's like,
Yeah.
Oga,
Has
you
he
don't
circled
get
back yet?
time. It's
Was it-
okay.
Has he circled back yet?
He has to go back. He has tried.
Of
When
course
I
he
said,
has.
I know they do again.
Of course.
When
he
I
has.
said, that's when I got a little, okay, I got now,
And then
start
what
calling
happened?
more, but now I've moved on.
Yeah.
Like mentally, I've moved on. Like I'm already kind of like, now it feels like it's a chore for you. Now it's like, oh, you have to do this. But even when he's doing it now, I know you're looking at me like, did he not give you what you wanted? But no, it's giving like,
Because you told him.
yeah, but
it's not
still,
as.
it's still giving like
Deyemi.
he's not doing it.
Do you think we're too strict?
No, he's not doing it to the full extent. I don't feel pursued. Do you know that's what it is? I don't feel pursued.
He still came back half-heartedly.
Exactly.
Even when I said,
Half-heartedly.
I don't
yeah,
feel
He-
pursued. I don't feel like
he still
came
came back
back.
half-heartedly.
I'm
It
coming
doesn't
for
matter.
you.
They
I wanna
always
take you
come
on a
back.
date.
Did you
I
not
want to
see?
spend some time with you. It wasn't giving
Yeah.
that. It was just giving, hey, I called you.
Do you see how I asked, did he circle
Oh.
back?
You know?
I knew the answer was yes, because they always come back.
They always
and
come
they come back
back.
just to see if you are still stupid. Honestly, they don't even come back with the right. They don't come back changed. Come back the same. Why have you
How do
come
you
back
say
the
it
same?
about that?
If
With
you
your
say
gender. Defend them. Go
I'm
ahead.
not defending nonsense.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
good.
defend nonsense
Thank
in
you.
any gender.
No, but I really do need you to answer that question I just asked. Do you think we're too strict? Be honest.
I don't think you're too strict. I think that you may want to be a bit careful about how you affirm your strictness and where.
Yeah.
And just to make sure that you're allowing people to be human
Mm.
and make their errors. And please remember that these are men. You don't know men. You don't.
Well, they don't let us know them.
You don't. And that's another
It's not
that's
rocket
another
science now.
conversation for another day.
Mhm.
And I'm aware of the conversation about how men,
don't
2026
open up.
don't open up, oh, men should be vulnerable. My God. There's a battle out here and you're telling men to remove their bulletproof vests.
Yes, now, because who else are you going to remove it for?
Ah,
Who
the-
else?
Hmm.
No, but who else are you going to remove it for? You can battle outside. When you're here, okay, I'll remove the thing now.
You know, I find it very interesting how we forget that men posture as being the less emotional creatures,
But they're more.
they tend to be the most devastated by things that happen in their lives from childhood. And I think we need to remember this when we're having these conversations because men fall in love. Oh,
And
men
they
fall in
love
love.
hard.
Sometimes
That's
they
why the girl
sometimes they
that
don't know how to
they broke their
behave. They were
hearts
in
when
thoughts.
they were
6 years old.
Six-
They're using it to punish
They're using
women
to
in their
punish
20s and
women
30s.
now.
No, it's the same boy that was told not to cry because you come off as a girl, and he's now 40 years old and he's not crying.
Yeah.
So
He can't even be
be-
vulnerable with his own
so
wife.
so
Yeah.
the most dangerous time for a man is when he's a boy.
Mm.
Is when he's a boy. And so if you hurt a boy, that's a lifelong scar.
I honestly, and this just, I'm taking the conversation somewhere else now because I just feel like a lot of the boys act the way they act as men now because when they were young, their parents allowed them to get away with so much, and they've just carried that into manhood.
Yeah.
So look at it again
Yeah.
from this perspective. I like how you look at it from a woman's perspective.
What
As a young boy,
Whatever perspective.
I was as a
are we
young
supposed to look at
boy.
it?
My parents failed me by not parenting me right.
Right.
They left me to my own devices. When they were probably telling my sisters and my cousins, and they were telling them, "Yo, behave yourself here,
Stay away
learn this
from boys,
skill, or stay away from boys." They were doing that. Maybe they were overdoing it. But on the other hand, they just left boys to roam free. What did you expect to happen?
Yes,
Right.
I used to hate that thing of like, when they say little girls, stay away from boys, and then they'll now people coming to young boys be like, how many girlfriends
You're
do
going
you
to be a
have?
heartbreaker.
You're gonna be a
Look at this heartbreaker.
You're gonna go on Galavant, and you're telling your daughter to stay away from boys like your son.
Yeah, literally.
You're literally like, so what? And also, I hate that thing of like from childhood, we tell young girls to aspire for marriage, but it's the men that are going on their knee doing the asking. But you're not telling that boy
It's
to
the
aspire
men.
for marriage.
They hold the key.
They hold the key.
They hold the key
So
for
would you not
marriage.
tell
So why
the person?
is the pressure on the woman?
Yeah, would you not tell the person that has the key to use the key?
There's a lot that hasn't been done, and I think again we have to get to a place where we are preaching self-awareness.
Yeah.
Work on yourselves. Find healing.
Yes.
We cannot change the past, but we can definitely stop allowing the past to be the driving force for our future. Meaning, your past hurts, your past pain. Hurt people will always hurt people. If you don't find healing, you're going to hurt people around you that you love. I've been married now 13 years. And you said it earlier, this person on paper ticked all the boxes. We both studied chemical engineering.
Okay.
We both left school and found ourselves in sales and marketing careers. It was going to be the power couple of the century, the ones that they write books about. And then the issues came up and things that were, you'd be blindsided by stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there is love, the feeling, and there's love, the responsibility. And when one isn't there, the other better be.
Yeah.
The other better be. And that's how it ebbs and it flows. And you get those moments where the feeling of love and attention and all that is going on for a period of time. But there'll be times when life gets into the way. Either you have a disagreement or there's something happening in your personal life. You can't just be 100% present, 100% of a lover.
Yeah.
Then your relationship might struggle. So again, be strict, be firm, but also be human and accommodate, our shared humanity.
Yeah.
Because
I
nobody's
found
perfect.
this so insightful.
Yeah.
I promise you, I found
Yes.
this so insightful. It's nice to speak to a man that has experience and that is out there and is loving a woman and can actually give that explanation of a different perspective. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm definitely going to be calling you to ask you more questions. Like,
We're like, I need a therapy session.
like, especially about like Yoruba men, Nigerian men. Just
I don't know what the problem is with Yoruba men are some of the sexiest men.
I
in the
love Yoruba
universe.
men.
That's not the problem.
That's the problem.
The problem is
You're acting like that's
Sense.
the problem. That's not the problem.
that's not the problem. The problem is sense. After the sweet mouth, can we have some sense?
Have some substance. Can we
So
build
where-
a life
where's,
together?
where's the problem? What's the real problem?
Consistency.
Okay,
Consist-
so
You
you
know
just
what?
want
That's
the
my
man to
biggest-
consistently pursue you.
That's my no wait, hold on. My biggest pet peeve is I hate someone who talks too much and doesn't
Like, talks a good game.
talks a good game and like sweet mouth day. Please, whining day. That's the thing. Like you can be taken on a magical carpet ride,
Yeah.
but you have to get down
Yeah.
at one point.
Mine is I think my biggest problem is relationship progression. Like the
Yeah.
words aren't gonna do it.
The
It's
words
the
never match the
intentionality
actions.
that isn't gonna do. Like the guy I was telling you about has been chasing me for 5 years.
Yeah.
He's not blocked. So if he really wanted something to happen, he wouldn't still be on my phone chasing me for 5 years.
Yeah.
Why are you chasing me for 5 years?
And like there's
Do
no
you know what I
action.
mean? There's not enough. Like, there's not
Listen,
enough
love
action.
is a doing word.
Mm-hmm.
Can we do, please?
Yeah, it's a
You're
doing
saying,
word.
"Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to da da da." Okay, can we actually do it? Like, I feel like it's not that difficult. Like, if you say you're gonna communicate, communicate. If you say you want things to progress, let them progress. Like, if you want to say you want to be quote unquote a leader and you want to be that person, okay, then steer the ship.
It's just too much talking.
But no,
and I
the
feel
who's-
like
who's
the
leader?
ship is sinking.
Who's leader?
it's too much.
Leader of where?
Stop,
did you say?
Stop.
Leader of what?
Oh God, please.
I just feel like
Leader
you
of
can't.
what?
Debbie, please.
Leader of what? I just said leader. Sorry, you.
The leader, like our
men
leader,
want to
like
be the
I want to
leader,
be
they want
led.
to-
Who's
I'm
rich, who's
provided
who?
for.
They want to
Eh?
be the. And I'm not talking about financial. Listen, whenever we say we want to provide,
Whatever
I
kind of
never
leadership we are talking
always-
about.
It's never just. I think a lot of men think it's when we say provider, they think financial providing.
A lot of us
also
don't
talking
think
about
so.
Emotional providing,
Yeah.
stability, safety,
Safe
Those
space.
are all things they need to provide, and if safety includes not cheating.
Yeah.
Safety, because if you're cheating, you're putting my health at risk
Yeah,
and my
my
emotions
life.
and my
Yes,
sanity,
yes.
and also like it's like I need to be able to. If you tell me the sky is blue, I need to not have to look out the window every time
Check.
Yeah,
It's
true.
all
to check.
right.
True.
So that means your word needs to be bond.
Sure.
And a lot of the time, see those things,
Yeah.
they just don't match up.
Exactly. So again, those things you just requested from the type of man that you want to be with,
Uh-huh.
you've requested these things.
Uh-huh.
Are you able to provide those things for him?
100%.
Good. So are you not a provider too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why are we?
Yeah.
Why are we?
Yeah. That's
why
why
are
I
we
want a
labeling?
That's why I
But
want.
that's why I want a provider, because I'm going to provide that space as well.
Eh.
And
Exactly.
You have to create the
The
platform.
way you said
You
this
know-
thing just now, is like as if
No,
men
it's
are
not.
providers.
No, it's not one-sided.
It's not one-sided.
No, it's not
Again,
one-sided.
So provide-
relationship.
provide partnership,
Yeah.
Yes.
whether it's financial partnership
Yes.
or emotional partnership
Yes.
and support. Yes, it's a two-way
But
thing.
if we're gonna talk in the traditional sense,
My dear,
right?
this is 2026.
No, I'm talking about traditional sense.
I
In
want
the
to
sense
say
of
the time.
who does it? Who does
Time
the
is
approaching?
2026.
Do men? I'm talking about the initial, like, I guess the
Who
chase,
is the gate
whatever it
holder
is.
and the key holder for marriage? It's the man.
Since-
You're the one that has to create the space.
This is-
Oh,
I
do you-
can't
would
provide if you don't
do you
create
want-
the space
do you
for
want
me to
get down on the
provide.
knees now? Is that what it is?
This is 2026.
No, stop.
I ain't
Stop,
getting on my
stop,
knees.
stop.
I'm so.
I cannot
I have
provide
strong
for. I
knees, but I
cannot
ain't
be
getting
that
down on
the
them knees.
provider on my end
How-
if you're not creating that
How
space
are we
for me. I
asking
can't
to
do
be
anything.
traditional in 2026?
I want traditional.
Okay, not fully.
I actually not fully.
You
No,
want-
that's
That's
not
all
what-
the way there.
No, what do you mean? I do want. I want things
You
to be
want all the
traditional.
way there?
I'm not going
Are you
to
ready
be.
to pick
I'm
up
not,
the other end
I'm
of
not
the
going to
stick?
be the one that's going to go on my knees. I don't want to have to make those moves.
No,
I
we're not
don't want
talking
to
about-
make.
we're not
career,
talking
I don't,
about-
I said career. I don't want to make relationship progression moves. I
Right.
don't want to do that. I want that to be in his hands.
That yes, exactly.
Always
that.
want that to be in
That's
his hands.
the only thing I want to be in your hands.
Really?
Anything to progress our relationship.
And
yes.
so if there's something that you're doing that might progress you, but not the relationship, and the man that you're saying you want him to be in charge of things that progress the relationship says, hey, you might want to reevaluate this.
How do you mean?
There will be instances where there are things that you think you moved to Nigeria and then moved back to the UK. You jack my dad.
Yeah.
I jack my dad.
Yeah. And if I had a man that
And
was
if you had
progressing
if
my
you had a man
relationship,
who was saying we're trying to progress this relationship, this move may not work, but you know that is best for your career.
It needs to be a conversation. I've been in that situation.
I
Okay.
I was willing to work. I was willing to work it out.
Up, I would not go. I would stay wherever he wants me to stay if I know for sure. I had a man when I left the country.
You know what they're gonna say in the comment section, right?
What?
You know what they're gonna say.
What are they gonna say?
I beg.
Comments for this statement you just made.
That she was saying. No, but the thing
What?
is,
That I'm a pick me or what?
Exactly.
No, I'm not a pick me. Let me tell you, I had a man when I left. I took an evacuation flight from Nigeria in 2020 and came to London. I had a man during that time. Yeah. And if we were in a position...
You abandoned him in Nigeria.
If we were in a position where he said, Folake, I want us to progress our relationship for it to be long-lasting, I need you to stay. He provided that safe space. I would say, I would have stayed. I would not have left. But the thing is, I would have been shooting myself in the foot. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to be stupid for love. I would be shooting myself in the foot if I stayed with him because the commitment wasn't there. I almost said career again. The relationship progression wasn't there. So what am I staying for?
Like, we talk as if, like, women are very intuitive, right? We talk as if we're very much a reciprocal type of people, right? If I'm feeling loved, if I'm feeling cherished, if I'm feeling cared for, provided for in whatever capacity, I'm not just talking about financially. If I feel safe with you, it's a no-brainer. Like, all of these things that we talk about hypothetically means nothing when you are happy and secure.
Yeah.
It's when you don't feel secure.
Yeah.
It's when you don't feel fully happy and safe. It's when you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do all that.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. So the minute you know that you're not feeling that,
you're not feeling those feelings
of being like taken care of, and I mean emotionally, if I feel like I can be safe with you, I feel like I know that I'm not confused.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not confused as to where we're going. The ship is perfectly going north. There's no icebergs in the way.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Yeah. And
Where am I going?
And let's pretend it's a movie scene. Now, this is a film. This is a scene.
Actor.
You've just said all these things you just said. I
Yes,
and I look at you and say, yeah, me too. Yeah, I want to feel loved. I want to feel secure.
And
I want to
you
feel that way.
deserve that.
And then maybe when I feel that way, I would also reciprocate. Because, you talked about
See, I'm
reciprocity.
Yes. No.
You have taken it back to the woman.
No, he's onto something.
No, it's not the woman being.
He's onto something.
It's two people waiting for each other to make a move.
Yes, but
no. The man needs to make the move.
why do you not? I'm not. You don't want to make the first move.
The man has to
again.
make the move. He has to make those moves. When it comes to relationship progression, he has to make the moves. That's
Do you know?
Okay,
that's
but
just
men
it
also
for
say,
me.
Do you know what the world is like these days?
Because if I make that move, I'm going to continue having to make that move for the rest of my life, and I can't.
Do you think any man wants to make a move and feel like he has to be continue in making the moves for the rest of his life?
Yeah.
We don't want.
He's the one that's going to ask me out on dates.
I'm a man.
So you don't want.
And I'm a Nigerian man, and I'm not so well media trained that I say the most politically correct things. I make mistakes in the things that I say.
Okay.
And so, listen when I'm telling you this from a purely Nigerian Yoruba full-blooded man.
Tell us.
We are done. Done with that. With that whole, it's your responsibility as a man. It's the same thing you're still telling the boy not to cry.
I'm not telling you not to cry.
That's what it is. That's what it comes.
No, I feel like you're misunderstanding
That's how we
me.
feel.
You're a man. You're
Yeah.
a married man. Did your wife ask you out?
No, she didn't.
Did your wife ask you to marry her?
But guess what?
No,
She.
answer the question.
No, this is what I'm talking about. You're overcomplicating what I'm talking about.
You're talking about me now personally, right? Hold on. There were instances of my wife having to make the move on things.
What kind of moves? Subtle moves, not the big ones.
Not the big
It can
one.
be anything. And even now, look at it now. 13 years married. I'll share this with you. It was it's actually a few weeks ago when I got home late at night after work,
Mhm.
and my wife woke up because I walked in. She's a very light sleeper, and she was like, "That you're just getting home?" I said, "Yes." We worked longer than we expected,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Okay, welcome home." And then I looked at her and I was like, "But you knew I was on set, busting my ass for all of us because there's a goal that we have,
Mhm.
and you couldn't even text me to ask me about my day."
Oh.
Oh.
See, that
You
makes
big
me
sap.
warm
No,
inside.
and I said that, and she paused for a second, and she said she was sorry. And the next day, she called me while I was at work.
Yeah.
I was too busy to pick up, but I saw the call, and I felt loved. And that's what I wanted to feel.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
no, but that's
That's
beautiful.
so
That's
understandable.
reciprocity.
That's
But
beautiful.
we're not talking about those little moments. Those moments are beautiful, but it's a thing of I'm talking about the gestures, the
The
initial.
proper gestures.
The
The first
initial.
one. The actual progression of the
Hey, I
relationship.
like you.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you
It
want
has
me to
come
do
from
that?
him. The first I love you needs to be him. Or it needs to be him.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah,
Is
it
he?
does.
Is he?
I'm not really.
It
Eh.
does.
But no, I mean, I'm talking about the biggest ones of let's be in a relationship.
Wait,
that
can't
needs to
can't
be
you
you.
have a no?
Let's
Hold
get
on,
married.
hold on,
That needs
hold
to
on.
be you.
Any woman who's seen someone has a right to sit the person down and say, "Hey, you know, this is how I feel, or this is where we are. I would like to have this conversation."
Yeah.
It might end up that the guy has to make a decision if that's what you want, but
Yeah.
you can start a conversation. You can wait. Where are we going with this? Are you looking at marriage, or are we having games?
If a
Those
man
are
makes me say
questions.
that means that he's not thinking
That
about.
means I'm
I don't wanna
confused
have-
and I don't know
I'm
where you
confused
stand.
and you don't
But
know
also, that's also still a question. That is not a decision.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we mean. I
but
mean,
you're initiating a conversation.
yes, but that's a conversation. That's not a decision. I'm talking about decision. Decision.
In conclusion, we're right, you're wrong.
You know,
No, sorry, we could actually debate this
all day.
Yeah,
but we actually need to wrap up.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here. Where
Can
are
we
you
find
going
you?
next? How long are you going to be in this London? Well, how are you going to? Where's the plan of taking over the world? Where are we going next? Like, what's the next big project?
So I'm heading back to Japan to work with
Can I go?
with
Yeah,
a
can I-
brand.
like-
The sci-fi TV series I spoke about is called Queen of Mars. It's showing on Amazon Prime Video.
Ooh.
And there's some work going on back in Asia. Here in the UK, it's going to be theatre. We've done this hugely successful run with Crown of Blood, a Yoruba adaptation of Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Yeah.
I played the African Macbeth.
Yeah, I love that.
Yoruba demon Macbeth.
Can you please bring that back?
And that was the test phase. They're coming back bigger with a much bigger tour.
I can't wait. Can you get us VIP
Nice.
tickets?
I will.
And also
Thank
come
you.
back on the couch
Yeah.
with some of your cast.
I will.
Yeah.
And I think finally it's I'm producing stuff for TV and as well as for stage. As I said earlier on, I'm working on a one-man stage play, which happens to be about the journey of a man
I love it.
from boyhood.
Maybe we will get some insight.
Yeah.
Please.
Take some notes that we just gave you.
Let's just look at
You're getting material.
Look through the eyes of men for just a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do.
I love that. I love that. Where can we find you online?
I'm on Instagram, Deyemi the actor.
You'll find his topless pictures there. Him
Uh,
coming out of the pool in slow motion is all there. Trust me.
Same for TikTok. I underscore Deyemi on Twitter. That's just about it. Yeah.
Love
Everywhere
that.
else, YouTube, wherever.
Love that.
Can you give our listeners just one quick love advice for them to find their perfect pair?
You will never find a perfect person, but you can work towards being perfect for somebody else. And I think that should be the focus.
I love that.
And with that,
Azine, please.
we wrap up.
That was
the next episode.
amazing. Yes. Thank you so much.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it was really good. You know, guys, you need to send in your entries so we can help you find love. See, look at all the great advice we're giving you.
Okay, we've got the email, engage@theperfectpairshow.com, and our Instagram @theperfectpairpod. Slide into our DMs. We are repliers.
Yes.
We'll reply you on there.
We will help you find love.
Our personal DMs might not be so swift, but
unless you think you're my perfect pair, my
Yeah.
DMs are open
Yeah.
for that.
But go to the
Yes.
Perfect Paired Pod DMs for the entries, videos, written, and voice notes. And we can AI you if you want to be anonymous. And yeah, stay tuned. And like, comment,
and
subscribe. Thank you so much, Deyemi.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.